start for the Red Sox. They've got a 6-0 lead. They've chased the Twins starter. Meanwhile, the Twins are still looking for their first base runner against Stephen Wright. Dick Bramer, Roy Smalley, joined by a man who seems to be traveling more than you did when you were playing. My goodness, you were in Minnesota over the weekend. Now you're here in Boston. You're going to Cooperstown. How are you, Mr. Rod Carew?
I'm doing good, pal.
Yeah?
I'll get home and I'll stay home.
Yeah.
No more traveling after we get back from the Hall of Fame. But it's really been fun because, you know, wherever we go, we're spreading the word.
Right, and that's why you're here with the Heart of 29 campaign, right?
I'm not here for the fun of it, but to let people know how important taking care of your heart is. And if we can spread the word, there are a lot of people that are going to live because there's so, you know, during the course of a year, we have more problems with our heart. A lot of people die because they don't take care of it. So I hope some of them listen, and I hope we can, you know, save some lives.
Well, you have a great platform. There's no question about it. There are an awful lot of people around baseball, around the country, around the world that love you, respect you for what you did on the field and who you are off the field. So what a great platform that you will save a lot of lives.
Well, thanks, Roy. But you know what? After I had my operation and I was in recovery, I called my wife and I said, honey, we're going to use this to help other people. So that's what it's all about.
Fly ball to right, caught by Mookie Betts. Now, it had to feel nice for you. You know, you're talking to somebody here who didn't really like seeing you in an Angel uniform, but now I see you prancing out with the Red Sox uniform. And with that said, you got a standing ovation from a sold-out crowd here at Fenway Park, and that had to make you feel very good.
Yes, it did. You know, even when I played here, people never used to boo me.
Is that right?
No, never did. One of the things that I didn't do is show up pitchers or other players. You know, I just played the game
right
the way it's supposed to be played. So I come in and I'll see people right down at first base line, third base line, screaming and yelling at Reggie and at Bobby Grich and all the guys. And I'll walk up there and they just.
Is that right?
They just, yeah.
Wow.
Well, what are they possibly going to scream at you? What could they possibly? Hey, Carew, you can't hit.
You can't hit 400.
Give me a bat. Give me a ball.
Well, speaking of being able to hit, what a wonderful honor, and also speaking of affairs of the heart, all of our hearts were proud and full, and as were our eyes when you got that wonderful accolade, the batting championship trophy being named after you. Just could not possibly be named after anybody different. What a great honor.
It is a great honor, and I'm glad that Tony Gwynn is the guy that they're going to use for the National League, because I took a picture, Tony and I took a picture together, and we had, I think, 15 silver bats.
Right.
And
you were kind enough to give me one of those, and it's hanging in the house.
And his was dirty. Mine was clean.
You're right. His were a little tarnished with.
But he was a great guy.
Yeah.
I tell you. You sit down and talk to him. You talk to him about hitting.
No, he didn't like to do that, did he?
Huh?
He didn't like to talk about hitting much.
No. No, not at all.
Just give him an opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Well, the two best hitters of their eras. I was just fortunate enough to be a guy hanging around watching the great ones, and you guys were not only the two best of your era, but two of the best of any era that's ever played.
Well, we had fun doing it, Roy. You know, and you were there when I was chasing 400 mark, and Gene was there.
Yep.
And I always told Gene that I'm not going to do anything to alter a ball game. If I needed to bunt the guy over or hit behind the guy, that's what I'm going to do. I didn't set out to hit 400. You know, I set out to get as many base hits as I could. You know, because you can struggle for days without getting hits, and I hated that.
Foul tip.
I'm racking my brain trying to remember days that you struggled not getting hits. I got to tell you, I'm really trying to remember, and I don't remember days. I might remember day, maybe 2.
Well, you know, I was 0 for 17 once, and you know, I was hitting the ball good, hitting the ball sharp, and guys were, "Don't you ever get mad or angry or what?" I says, "No." I said, I'm going to get some hits." I went up my 18th hit, a bunt down the third base line, 19th hit, a little chopper to shortstop, and then I beat out another infield hit.
Slump over. Slump over.
Huh?
Slump over.
Yeah. You know, you just don't know.
Well, it was a true honor for me.
Liner to center. And a sliding catch in center by Jackie Bradley Jr. A rocket off the bat of Sano. A great play by Bradley. 4 perfect innings for Wright. And our thanks and best wishes to Rodney Klein Carew. Great to see you. Have a good time in Cooperstown this
Thanks,
weekend.
pal.
Congratulations, buddy.
Love you, buddy. You too.